am the Hellfire Monkey, also known as the Ichigo, who's a monkey.
I'm Cryogenics, the Captain Osmo Sauce.
I'm the Great Lightning Pie, Lord of Lightning and Master of Pie. And Destroyer
And I'm
of Worlds.
Cinematic Controller. And this is the top 8 bosses.
Okay, now this isn't your typical top list, where most of them are ranked based on better to worst. This is just more of a personal opinion list. So, if you may agree or may disagree, let's save that bullshit for the end of the comments. Okay, so I guess I'm going first, which is a little weird. Anyway, okay, so like I said, this is like the top 8 things and top 2. Okay, so, going on with my number 2. Number 2 for bosses has to go to Mr. Face from Amnesia the Dark Descent. Okay, don't get me wrong, I played Amnesia, I beat Amnesia simply because he catches me at the wrong time. What makes Mr. Face a good boss isn't so much that he's, evil or wants to destroy the world, but the fact that you always, the whole game makes you have the sense that you're always being watched. And it works. It works as a good, it's a good boss. It's a good strategy for a boss, and that's probably why games such as Slender also work. It's the whole idea of you being completely alone, but not alone.
Alright. My second favorite monster in a video game would have to be Zero 2 from Kirby 64. Mostly because, well, Kirby 64 is a fairly innocent Kirby game, much like every other Kirby game. You're happy, doing all sorts of crazy shit, and then you collect all the crystal shards and final level, hell, in space. I guess that's what you call it. You go in, you get there, and Angel Cyclops Halo with a thorn sticking out of its ass, which is its fuck me light. You shoot the fuck me light, it dies. I get. And here's a fun fact, Zero 2 is also oxygen. So you're finding oxygen in angel form with a bleeding eye. Yeah!
So it's not uncommon for an RPG boss to have multiple phases. So why is Kefka so good? Simple. It's the Gruntilda effect. You're learning about your opponent the entire game, and last time you encountered him, he split up your team and pretty much screwed the world over. So you're already scared, and then he transforms into a god. He's not just a monster, he's a god. Literally. Watch Game Theory to know what I mean.
My number 2 for this list is the Dahaka from Prince of Persia Warrior Within. He is the guardian of the timeline who's enraged at the prince for not dying when he was supposed to.
Your entire life has been a mathematical error. A mathematical error I'm about to correct.
He constantly follows you throughout the entire game, and every time you encounter him, I Stand Alone from Godsmack plays in the background, and all you can think of is run. Because you can't really kill him unless you have the water sludge. And to get the sword, you have to get all the health upgrades in the game.
Okay, my number 1 is Death from the Castlevania series. Okay, let's see. What does he have that makes him a good boss? Giant weapon, check. Moveset, check. The ability to not actually die, check. Yeah, he pretty much has all the settings I have for a good boss. No matter what game he appears in, whether it's the original Castlevania with his boomerang Scythes of Doom, to Bloodlines, to Top Hat Death, and Portrait of Ruin, to even the giant walking skeleton in Judgment. Death always seems to be one of those bosses that just commands respect. You have to honestly say, this is a boss that deserves to be on this list.
And my number 1 favorite monster in video games, Gygus from Earthbound, or Gigas, pick your poison. This is kind of a toughie to explain, but throughout the game you have to collect the 8 melodies and do various side things, and then you get to Gygus. You have no idea what Gygus looks like. He's been said several times, but you have no idea what to imagine. You enter his room, room or boss chamber, and the floor is made out of these pulsating tentacles, which is just creepy as all hell. Then Porky, you know, everyone's favorite little douchebag, shows up and he's like, yeah, I am douchebag, hear me douche. You kick his ass and then you get to phase 2, which is scary as all hell. Literally one of the scariest things that ever pop out of the Super Nintendo. I dare you name scarier. But that isn't a thing right now. And then and no matter how much you keep attacking, the fight keeps going on. Then it's only until you use Pray as Paula where it's actually useful instead of being random. Where she literally prays to various characters in the game. She prays, it deals damage to them. And then the game finally brings the player into it by saying your name prayed for the safety of the kids. So it brings you into the game physically, which I like. And plus, throughout the fight, Gygas is literally saying random shit like, it hurts, nest, which, according to what I've heard, Shigesato Itoi was literally, to get inspiration for writing for Gygas, was just, he locked himself into a room and told a guy to write down whatever he said. So you're getting authentic Japanese gibberish. So, yeah. And plus, Gygas is inspired by a rape scene. Hell, Gygas.
But sure. He's insane. I mean, literally. He was trying to destroy the world. Why? For fun. And you know what? If you're like me, he will. Several times. Causing you to reset. Then you fight him. It'll either go one of two ways. Either you are going to alternate out between your various different masks, struggling to defeat him before finally proving yourself. Or, you've got all the masks and you traded them in for the great deity mask. You get to summon upon your own ancient demon powers in order to stop him. You could argue that Ganon was a better boss and a better monster in general. But the thing is, if you look at the timeline, you fail to defeat him, sure, things will suck. But it does get better. The planet survives. You fail against Majora, and the planet gets destroyed. That's why he's such a monster. He fits every definition.
And my number one from this list is William Birkin from Resident Evil 2. A scientist who worked for Umbrella, but he was betrayed after a horrible accident. He injected himself with the G-Virus, a virus that causes horrible mutations. Throughout the game, he stalks a little girl, his daughter, Sherry Birkin, and every time you encounter him, he is more mutated each time. What I like about him is the rush that he gives every time you encounter him, and the fact that he really wants you dead. And I love his theme songs that play every time you encounter him. They're one of my personal favorites. We of 0% Catch Rate, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Also check out some of my videos, and not to mention these three fine gentlemen over here. We have Cryogentics, who does the Let's Plays, Cinematic Controller, who does portable reviews, and the Great Lightning Pie, who doesn't really do anything. He only has one video on there. That's pretty funny. You should check it out. Go on, check it out.